Hello, what's up? This is Styler. In this video I will review the Doogee Kissme DG580, which is a very cheap phone with a 5.5 inch QHD display with IPS and OGS technology. It has a similar design and display size as the OnePlus One, but it is still not a one-to-one clone as there are small differences, and the Kissme is actually a little bit bigger, and therefore you can also not use cases etc. from the OnePlus One on the Kissme. I ordered the phone on efox-shop.com. As always, have a look below in the video description and my blog for all the details. This phone comes with 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of ROM. The MediaTek MTK6582 quad-core clocked at 1.3 GHz. Regarding the cameras, we find an 8 megapixel camera for both the rear and front. So let's first have a look here on the design. We have here on the front a 5.5 inch QHD display with IPS and OGS, so the size is similar to the OnePlus One. Down here below we have 3 touch buttons, but they don't have any backlight. We see they only have this silver painted on top. Then here in the top of the phone we have the speaker, we have a proximity sensor. We also have here a light sensor and the front facing camera on 8 megapixel. So as you notice here, we have here a metal frame around the display here, and it looks like metal, but actually I think it's only just plastic, but anyway it looks premium. We also see here the frame here looks a lot like what we find on the OnePlus One. So here on this side here we find the volume rockers. In the bottom on the phone we have the microphone. On this side here we have the power button. In the top we find the micro USB port and the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the back we also have an 8 megapixel rear camera and a dual LED flash. We see here the Doogee logo here, and down here we have then the back speaker. So let me do a 360 degree. So you can see the nice design. This phone is really big, and it really looks like the OnePlus One in my opinion. So let us have a closer look on the back side. So this is just plastic, but kind of thick actually. Here on the rear side we find here the SD card slot and the SIM slot. You can see here this is for micro SIM, and you can use a normal SIM. So this one is dual SIM. We have here the camera and the LED, dual LED flash. We have here the battery, and below here we find the speaker. Let me remove here the battery here. So first we see here the model number and some specifications. And the battery here is a 2500 mAh. See, it's kind of thin. Let us check the weight and the size of the phone. First the weight here, we see it's 191 grams, so it's pretty heavy. Let's check the thickness of the phone here. So what we see here is 8.66 millimeter. Let's try here in the top with the camera. So together with the camera here we have 10mm precisely. If we test here in the corner here, then here we only see 6.62mm. So now to the battery alone. So the battery is 42 grams. So let me now compare the Doogee Kissme DG580 with another phone here. So this is also a OnePlus One clone, but this one is only 5-inch, so you can see it's smaller here in the design and physical aspect, while the Doogee here is 5.5-inch, but on both we have the same similar design. But as you notice, the Doogee is actually slimmer. So let us now have a look on the boot up. And here we are now on the lock screen. So let's unlock here. So let us test the speed. You can see it's okay, not slow at all, pretty snappy. Let's have a look on the viewing angle here. So as you notice, it has okay viewing angle, and here the viewing angle with the light off. So let us now have a look here in the settings. Of course you have quick toggles like this. So here inside about we see it's the 4.4.2 KitKat. So let me test here. Let us have a look here in the storage. So here you see the phone storage. We have here internal 2 GB of internal storage, so that's pretty nice, not only 1 GB as normal. Then we have the rest of the phone storage here. So let me also show you here the app management. So right now it's loading. So running right now, you see here the RAM, there's 370 megabyte used, and we have here about 600 megabyte free, so totally 1 GB of RAM. So here you see languages supported. And now I'm going to show you the camera. So here in the camera app, it looks pretty standard, nothing fancy. And let me show you some of the pictures I made. So this is made with the front facing camera. You can see the quality is pretty good. And here we see with the back camera. And I will of course provide these pictures in the video description, so you can have a look on the original pictures here. But overall I would say the camera is only average. It's not super high quality. It's also not that bad. For front pictures I think it's okay, because you must remember this phone here is incredibly cheap. So for the price and the money, you're getting a phone with an okay camera and some nice specifications, I think. So here in the top we also find something called HotNot, and what HotNot is, it's an alternative to NFC. So with HotNot you can transfer files from one phone that support HotNot to another one. So you just have two phones that support HotNot and place the screens close to each other, and you can then transfer one file to the other. So basically it's like NFC actually, but the technology is using Wi-Fi, I think it is, and not some NFC chip. Here in the settings, let me go in here, you can see here the settings, hot knot here, together with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and the rest. Let me show you some of the settings. Let me scroll down here. So unfortunately this phone has no notification LED. As far as I know, I couldn't get any notification by calling the phone, and there's also no backlight in these buttons, but that's what you can expect from a low budget phone like this. So now I'm going to make a test call. First I will test the speaker. So let's try here. So let me now also show you here in the settings we have something called gesture and motion here. You see it here. So here we have something called telephony motion. So you have turn to silence, smart answer, answer by swing, smart switch. So you can see here what they mean. So for example, turn to silence, you can click here and you have to do this. We can try it. So when having a call, you want to mute it, just do like this and the call is muted, and you can see the call is still calling here. And here you can see the proximity sensor is also working fine. So here in the settings we also have things like vague gesture and normal gestures. So gestures here is you can swipe in the air here, in the gallery or the launcher or music and camera, and it will change the page. Here we also have wake gestures, and wake gestures is you can draw a C when the screen is off to start the camera app, for example. So let's try to do this. And here you see the camera started. Another feature is that you can double tap on the home here to lock the display, like this. Or you can use here the one key lock. This comes standard on the phone, and then you click. So let us now try to connect to a Bluetooth speaker. So I will connect here to the speaker. And now it's connected. And here we see it's connected to the Bluetooth speaker here, and it works, so that's good. Let us also try OTG cable here with a USB storage here. So I will here connect this in the top of the phone here. And we see here it's found as external USB storage. We'll cancel here and we'll go to the file manager. External USB storage here, other. So let's try pictures, for example here. So these are pictures on the USB storage. You can see here. This works just fine. And now to a new test. I have here an infrared thermometer. So you can see this is with laser, so I can measure the heat of the phone. So let's try here the heat on the back on the phone right now. So we see the heat is about 30 Celsius degree. Let's try to switch to Fahrenheit. So it will go a little down and up, 87. Let me turn this off again. And next I'm going to try a game. I'm going to launch GT Racing to see how it performs and how it will heat up. I noticed that it would get a little warm here on the back, but I will check this in a moment. So okay, now I have just closed the game, and let us check out the heat now on the phone. Again here with my tool here, the infrared thermometer. So let's check here what we have here. So what we see here is around 33. It's not that warm after 5 minutes of play. And here we see it in Fahrenheit. So the phone did heat up a little bit, but not much, only 3 Celsius degree more after 5 minutes of play. I guess if I would play longer, then maybe I would hit 35, maybe even 40 degree, but for that I would need to play for at least half an hour like that. So here we have the AnTuTu benchmark 5.1.5, and we can see here I just made a test here and we get 18,431 with the Kissme DG580. So let's look in the details. So here we see details. Let me scroll down so you can see. Let's go back, and here we see it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and no 6. So maximum 5 touches. So something I noticed about the UI is suddenly I only have 3 icons here in the bottom here screen. Normally there are 4. I think it's a little bug in the software or something like that, but I'm sure they will fix this soon. So in the rest of the video here I will just show you some different apps and info, and I will put some music in the background, so just enjoy it. So we are now in the end of this video, and I will now list some of the main pros and cons that I have found on this device. So the pros are very good price, good CPU and fast enough for most games. Smart motions and wake gestures are pretty nice to have. It comes with KitKat out of the box. The internal storage is from the beginning set to 2 GB, and on other devices you typically only see them set to 1 GB. And the GPS works, but it's not super fast. So the cons are no backlight in the touch buttons. There are no notification LED as far as I could see. Camera is nothing special, only okay for front pictures, I would say. The back speaker could be louder, and the QHD screen is okay but not the best. Also, I must say that this phone is pretty heavy, 191 grams, so it's not that light, and also it's pretty big. So that's it for now. Remember also to check out my blog. You'll find the link in the video description. If you have any questions, please comment below. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.